Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Amanda Waldhart. You are here with Amanda's InspirationStation.com. Today is Friday, December 20th. Welcome to Feature Friday. Welcome, welcome. So, couple of things. Oh my gosh. I can't believe in 4 days it's Christmas Eve. That's crazy. This has gone by very fast. And when I say this, I mean December this year. This catalog. Seriously, this catalog has flown by. I feel kind of bad. There's a lot of things in this catalog that I still have not yet gotten to share. Wah wah. I feel real bad about that. I didn't get to share as many things as I wanted to share. So I knew I was kind of coming down to the last little bit of kind of crunch time. So I kind of picked and chose my favorite things. So that's what I did. What I'm going to share with you today is one of my favorite things. Now, it does feature the Reindeer Fun Bundle, which sadly was put on the last chance list. However, when I say sadly, most of the time Christmas items are put on the last chance list. And, with good reason. We put them on the last chance list so that, next year when we get the holiday mini, we get new stuff. And I get that. I love this bundle. Unfortunately, it is currently unavailable. Clearly, a lot of people love this bundle. With good reason. It's a beautiful bundle. And I talked about it last week, so I'm not going to go over tons of stuff. I mean, it's just fabulous. I will say that, you got the stamp set alone. That is fabulous. My favorite part of it, though, truly is the dies, because you've got the dies that, match the stamp set. You've got things that are extra pieces. You've got things that you can stamp and then, die cut. You've got these pieces that actually die cut out of the designer series paper, which is still available. But then you've also got dies that are standalone dies. That you can die cut out of designer series paper, cardstock. So there's lots of wonderful things. However, today I'm going to share with you a scrapbook layout. So for those of you who have this bundle, I want to share with you a scrapbook layout. Now, if you do not have this bundle, I don't want you to fret. This layout could be with you could use any bundle or stamp set. The actual layout itself, the point of this really isn't what you're putting the dies on the side. It's actually, what I want to share with you is actually the scraps of what we have left over when we get Stampin' Up 6x6 designer series paper. So I actually want to go over that with you guys. So before we get into that, though, so we have the mini catalog. There are lots of things that are leaving this catalog, lots of things that are still available. So you might want to hop on over to Amanda's InspirationStation.com, see what's still available. Go under special. Well, go under shop now. Go under specials. There are still quite a lot of things still available. There are also still online things that are leaving as well, that are also holiday items, some that are not holiday items, but those are under the last chance list. Those are also some items that are leaving. Great products. Get those while you can, but this was one of my favorite items. But there are still, I believe the paper is still available. So there are things that are still available. So hop on over. All right, with that said, so today's purpose, we're going to do a scrapbook layout today, because my first love for paper crafting way back in 2001 was scrapbooking. And so I'm super excited to do this today with you guys. And we're going to actually share some of the new Stampin' Up paper. So we're going to use Garden Green. Now this, and I want to share this, so this is part of their two-tone 12 by 12 paper. And I want to share just a little bit about this because we are going to be starting to have more colors. So currently Stampin' Up! Has, let's see here, we have Willow, Black, Real Red, Garden Green, Pool Party. I feel like I'm missing another color. I feel like I'm missing another color, but we do currently have a few out there. So what this is they're $10. They're 12 by 12. They have 12 sheets in there. And this paper is lighter than our normal cardstock. So this paper is actually, the reason why it's lighter, and when I say two-tone, I'm going to share with you what I mean by that. So on one, it's garden green, but it's garden green, like the normal garden green on one side, but then it's a lighter tone of garden green on the other side. So you can use whatever side that you want. It's very cool. So this is printed. So this paper actually starts out as a white, and it is printed our Stampin' Up! Colors on this paper. Now, our normal cardstock, that is actually dyed through our paper. So that is dyed all the way through. So if I were to cut this paper right now, which I'm not going to, unfortunately, but if I were to cut this paper, you can actually see right here that there is white along the edge. So if I were to cut it, you would see the white inside, but that's because it is printed on both sides. If you were to cut when you cut through our cardstock, that is dyed all the way through our paper. So it's garden green all the way through. This paper is great for scrapbooking. Actually, all of it's great for scrapbooking, but this is a little bit thinner. So this is really nice for our scrapbook pages. Some of you may want something a little bit thicker, but this is what I'm using for my 12 by 12 layouts today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to share a little tip with you guys because this was the purpose of this project. So back early in December, every year I do this card event at a local pizza shop here in Janesville. It's called Mac's Pizza Shack. And I've been doing this for like 8 years, where you come and you make 20 Christmas cards, and then we eat the buffet there at the pizza place, and we have a great time. And the purpose is to make 20 Christmas cards on Saturday, have lunch, everybody gets free little gifts, and then we do raffle drawings, and we just kind of kick off the holiday season. And then on Sunday, you're supposed to fill out your envelopes, and then on Monday, you're supposed to mail your cards. And that was kind of the whole purpose of this event. And this past year, I actually offered it as a to-go, so you could do it as a to-go. Now, the cards I design 4 cards, and they make 5 of each. And I always design them where you're really only stamping the Christmas. You're only, for the Christmas cards, words are hard today. You're only stamping the sayings. You're only stamping the sayings. So everything is done for you in your kit when they come, or your kit to go. You're just stamping sayings. So like if you took this to go and you didn't have, let's say, the Reindeer Fun stamp set, you could either purchase it, or if you didn't have it, you could use whatever Christmas stamp set that you had at home, and you could replace it with whatever you had. So that was the purpose of that. But when I designed these, I used our Take a Bow designer series paper. So you can only imagine how much, because that came in a pack of 6 by 6. I had lots of scraps left over. Lots of scraps that were like this. And I know many of you, because I have lots of team members who always say to me, oh, I wish Stampin' Up! Would make all of the designer series paper 12 by 12. And I say, well, why? Why does it matter? And they say, well, I don't like it when it's 6 by 6. And I say, well, why? Why does it matter? Well, because then I always cut for my cards, and I cut them a certain, you know, measurement for my cards, and then I always have these strips left over. And I say, okay, well, what do you do with the strips? Well, I don't know. Well, there's lots of things you can do with these strips. Lots and lots of things you can do with these strips. So that's why I'm here to share with you some things that you can do with these strips. So first of all, you can put these strips on the outside of your envelope. You could put these strips on the inside of your cards. You could put these strips on the front of a card. You could put these strips in so many different areas, okay? So I took all these different strips that I had, which I had tons of them from just cutting. They were all, I had multiple. As you can see here, I had tons of these strips, okay? From cutting my cards. I had tons of them. Here is a layout that I used just from all these extra strips that I had. And I literally cut little notches in here for banners. Okay, I plead the fifth. I don't really like to cut the notches because I'm not very good at it. I don't cut very straight. Now, I know there is a trick to it. You can cut straight up the center here. And then you take one corner. Well, here, see, I'm not very good at this. Some people are very good at this. I am not one of them. So then you can take from corner to corner, and you do that, and then corner to corner, and you can do that. I'm going to tell you, I'm not very good at it. So, Stampin' Up. See, I always think it looks crooked. Some people are really good at it. It's like bow making. Some people are really good at bow making. Okay, so here's the deal. Stampin' Up used to have this punch. They no longer carry it. I did not get rid of this punch. I punched mine because I'm horrible at this, okay? Stampin' Up also used to have this punch. I keep mine because I am horrible at this, so I kind of cheat. But if you have like a square punch, you could use a square punch for it. There's lots of different things that you can use to do that. I know some people use their corners of their heart punches, or they use their scissors and they're really good at it. I'm just not one of them. So I kind of cheat. So there's my confession. There's my confession. So I punch all mine. But here, I've used all my strips for my layout. What a great way to use up all your scraps. And I literally have just laid them on the side here. And so there's part of my layout. And then I went ahead and I cut some. So let's set this aside and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this layout. Easy peasy. Okay. So I've got my 12 by 12 here. I have all my pieces here. Now, I've already, for the sake of the video, punched all these. I don't think you guys wanted to see pieces flying all over here. Now, these pieces here are 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and I have, this is Granny Apple Green. And I'm just, for the sake of the video right now, I'm just going to lay these down because I'm not gluing them down just yet. And then for the white, they are 4 by 4. And I am going to glue these flat, but right now I'm just going to kind of set them aside. Oh, am I missing one? Oh, no, there we go. All right. And then I have 2 of these. And I believe these are, I think these are 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. And I have 2 of those. And then these would be 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I have 2 of those. Okay. So these are my scraps so that we can go ahead and we can die cut out some presents and we can die cut out the little wreath. And then here are all my little strips. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold this because I have this the exact same way on each side. So I'm just going to... What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my page up, but I'm not going to glue it down just yet. Oops. Well, these sleeves might be a problem for me today. I might have to roll these up or I'm going to keep pushing these. So let's get that. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just lay these down, and I'll get them, right now I'm just putting them down so that I have where I want them. And then I'm doing the exact same ones in the exact same order on both sides. And this is just a great way to use up extra designer series paper. I've also done this too, where I've taken it where it's not strips and I've cut them into squares, and I've done the squares all the way around. All right, so we're going to do it like that. And then I'm going to do one side at a time. I like to do one side at a time. So I'm actually going to kind of push this aside here. I'm going to tuck this down, and we're going to do one side at a time. All right, so I'm going to get out my glue here. And I'm going to start by gluing these down first. And this is just a simple scrapbook layout. I just love that we are getting back into scrapbooking. I really, really do. It does sadden me, of course, that, you know, close to my heart is, you know, obviously no longer. Oh, look what I just did. Good thing that, there we go. All right, so we'll just start from the bottom up. It saddens me that Close to My Heart is no longer a company. That part saddens me, of course. But I am glad that they are with us and that they had the opportunity to come over and be with us. And I think that that is great. I love that we get to learn from them and vice versa. I mean, let's face it, us paper crafters, we need to stick together. We love to paper craft, right? Doesn't matter. We all have things that we love to do. Some of us love to scrapbook, some love to card make, some love to do both. Last week I did a 3D project. That was fun. I actually started out as a scrapbooker. And my mom was the one who invited me. Somebody that she worked with was having a Stamping Up party down where she worked. And this was back in like 2001. And she invited me to it. And I said, well, sure, but I'm not going to make cards, Mom. I'm a scrapbooker. I'm not going to make cards. Here I am. Almost 24 years later. All right, so now I'm going to lay these flat. So I'm going to put both pages of these down first, and then we'll go back through and we'll do the stamping. So there's that. So I'm going to set this aside, and then I will go back through and we'll do the stamping and the die cutting. All right, so for this one, we're going to come back through here. Well, now I'm going to have to roll this sleeve up. I'm going to have the same problem here. All right, so let's go ahead and just glue these down. I would love to know, for those of you who are watching this video, in the comments, I would love to know if you're a scrapbooker, or if, you know, if you started scrapbooking first, do you scrapbook and make cards? That's all you have to say. Do you scrapbook and make cards? Do you like, which one do you do? Do you do both? I'm curious. Did you start out doing both? Which ones you love? You know, I kind of like working from the bottom up, so we're going to do that again. Share with me. And when did you start scrapbooking? There used to be this store, and I can never remember the name of it. And it was in Madison, Wisconsin, because that's where I lived when I started scrapbooking. It was on the west side of Madison. I think it was kind of more over, actually, I think it was kind of more over by Middleton area. I cannot remember the name of it, but I remember the first time I went in there, it was the first time I saw, like, just all paper crafts. And I, like, part of me was so overwhelmed, but it was, like, overwhelmed with, like, joy also. Like, I was like a kid in a candy store, but I had no idea, like, where to begin. I knew I had all these photos, but I was like, oh my gosh, what's this? What's this? I felt like Jack from, you know, Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, what's this? What's this? Dun, 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 dun. Like, it was, oh, like the first time you see snow. Oh, I think I spent hours in there. I can't even tell you how many times the lady was like, can we help you? I was like, no, I don't think so. I just wanted to look. I just wanted to look at everything. Oh, yeah, that was a long time ago. All right. So all we're doing, there we go. So now we're just placing those all the way across. And then we're going to go ahead and lay these down. And we do right now, actually, you know, we don't have the reindeer bundle. But we do have the reindeer scrapbook. There is a scrapbook workshop little kit still available on the last chance list. And it is a 3-page layout, I believe. And it has lots, they have like sheets of stickers in there. It's got the designer series paper in there. It's got the colored instructions on how to make 3 different layouts. And you can always do those layouts, or you can choose to do whatever. It's really cool. So that you should hop over there and check that out. Put that in your cart, because that's something that's really cool. All right, so before we start stamping, let's do some die cutting. So we need to die cut. Let me see. We need to die cut the wreath, but we also need to die cut presents. So let's bring out my cut and emboss machine here, and then we'll stamp, and then we'll put together. So we're going to, we need the skinnier present here and the taller bow. And then we're using the designer series paper for the wreath. And then we're bringing the real red for the shorter present, this bow, and then this bow for the wreath. All right, and we're just gonna run that through. And then I like to run it back. That's just me. All right. And if you can remember, if you're watching me and you know what store I'm talking about in Madison, please help a girl out, because I cannot for the life of me remember. My memory, I tell you. I don't always remember stuff. Like, I have Post-it notes sometimes for my Post-it notes. I shouldn't admit that, but it's true. All right, so there's my bow, there's my present. It's weird not having my grid paper here because I always work with my grid paper. But when I'm doing my scrapbook layouts, I don't like my grid paper there. I know that seems probably weird, but it slides all around underneath my 12 by 12 layouts and I don't like it. All right, so let's put that back in my little cute plate. All right, so I don't lose those. I'm going to set my scraps over here aside. Okay, so now that we have these, we're going to actually glue our little presents together really quickly. Maybe, if I can get the glue out. Dot, dot, not a lot here. My little saying here. I think that's why some people don't like this glue, because they put too much on. And then they get it all over their fingers. And then it gets sticky and they don't like it. And I almost put that down when I have glue on the back of that. So we're going to set that way. And then this one, we're going to put the glue there. So we're going to flip that back. There's that. All right, and then for this one, I'm actually just going to use, well, no, I'll just do a little dot right there. We're just going to put that right there. All right, so let's do a little stamping here. We'll set that aside there. All right, so we need Real Red and we need Pool Party, because we're going to stamp some little, there we go. We're going to stamp some snowflakes, and then we're going to stamp our saying. So let's stamp some snowflakes. And then, so there's our snowflakes, and we're doing that in Pool Party. And then, set that aside. We're going to turn this, and we're going to stamp our saying here in Real Red. And we're going to do it a little bit off to the side, because we do want to be able to put our wreath. So I don't want it like right smack dab in the center. I do want it off to the side just a little bit. There we go. All right, that's that. All right, so let's see, which sheet do I have here? All right, we have the left side. So let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to place this flat to the blue, the Pool Party. And then we're going to go ahead and put our wreath here. We're going to do a little dot, dot, not a lot. Oh, and you know what? I did the wreath is a little different. I kind of put the bow. You know what? Spicing it up. I put the bow up here instead of down, or I put the bow down here instead of up there. You know, that's all right. Clearly, I like to do things a little different. All right, and then we're just gonna kind of place it right about there. All right, so there's that. So now we have that side done. Now, let's bring our present one in, and we'll put that there. So now, we're going to place our present there. And then we're going to flip this over and place, oops, I kind of got a lot there. So we're just going to kind of smear, 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 smear. Instead of dot, dot, not a lot. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of angle that just a little bit that way. All right, and then I'm going to flip this over. And then oop, that moved just a little, which is why green glue is great, because it gives you that wiggle room. There we go. And now I'm going to flip this over, move that. We're going to bring this over, flip it the right direction. All right, so now we're going to finish our layout here. And I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to place this down below here. And there's our layout. A very easy scrapbook layout using our scraps. Imagine that. And then, you know, you can always add in journaling if you wanted to add in journaling. You can always add in like a punch or something for journaling, but what an easy scrapbook layout right there for you. All right. So hop on over to amandasinspirationstation.com, hit shop now, go to the last chance list, go to the specials. That's where they are. That's where you're going to find that Reindeer Fun scrapbook kit. That actually, you probably will find it under specials, but you might have to search for a little while. So that will, if you go under memory keeping, it might be under there too, but I know it will be under specials. So that will be under there. We will be having some new memory keeping and some new colors coming out with this. So I'm super excited about that. I will be having an upcoming scrapbook event. It'll be live on February 15th, but I will be offering it as a to-go. So you'll be hearing me start to talk about that soon. I don't know all of the details just yet. I am just now starting to work on it. So I know the date that I can to tell you. So there will be that. And just one more little housekeeping that I do want to still share with you. So don't forget, I have right now currently my Creating Card Club, $39.50. That includes shipping and $20 to $25 worth of consumable. These are the cards that you will make. That does not include the stamp set or the punch, so it does not include the bundle. But this, you have till January 10th to sign up or subscribe, subscribe for this particular class. And that is at amandasinspirationstation.com. The link is below. It's right under calendars if you hop to amandasinspirationstation.com or click the link below. And this will be available January 7th. And it is in this new mini catalog, which of course I cannot share with you right now, but this will be available to you January 7th, along with our celebration. Now, these are available to you currently if you are a demonstrator. So if you are thinking about joining, I would love for you to join the Crafty Cats team. If you are ever had any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to answer any of your questions. There is a great promotion beginning with the celebration, so definitely reach out to me, and I would be more than happy to answer any of your questions about that. So yes, next week is Christmas, so that's exciting. And next week I will be sharing for Feature Friday something in here. So that's exciting too. So I'll be sharing something new and fun. All right. So I will see you guys next week for Feature Friday. I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday, a safe holiday, no matter where you are. And I hope you enjoy all of your family time, your friend time, or whatever you are doing. I hope you enjoy it. Okay? And happy birthday, Jesus. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.